The morning briefing room at Forward Operating Base Kandahar buzzed with the controlled tension that characterized joint coalition operations in active combat zones, where representatives from multiple nations coordinated complex military activities through carefully structured communication protocols that demanded linguistic precision and cultural sensitivity from personnel who understood that miscommunication could cost lives during critical operational moments. Private First Class Elena Vasquez sat in the back corner of the briefing facility, her notebook filled with meticulously transcribed tactical information written in what appeared to be simple English translations of complex operational procedures. Though the careful observer might notice that her handwriting contained subtle linguistic patterns that suggested familiarity with multiple alphabets and grammatical structures that exceeded the capabilities typically associated with basic military translation duties. The international coordination meeting brought together senior officers from American, British, German, French, Italian, Polish, and Afghan forces who discussed strategic planning and tactical coordination through interpreters and communication specialists. Their conversations creating a complex multilingual environment where even experienced personnel struggled to maintain complete situational awareness of all operational discussions occurring simultaneously throughout the briefing facility. But when Colonel Hendricks noticed her hesitant responses during roll call and the slight accent that colored her pronunciation of standard military terminology, he chose that moment to demonstrate his leadership style through public humiliation that would transform a routine briefing into a career-defining demonstration of capabilities that had been carefully concealed behind layers of operational security and strategic assignment planning. His dismissive comments about soldiers who can't even speak proper English echoed through the briefing room with the kind of institutional arrogance that transforms professional environments into testing grounds where hidden capabilities emerge under pressure, creating opportunities for exceptional personnel to reveal skills that had been strategically concealed for operational security purposes. From which international military installation around the world are you following this linguistic operations story today? If you appreciate narratives that explore multilingual capabilities and the hidden expertise within specialized military databases, consider subscribing for more content that reveals the exceptional personnel who operate with concealed abilities within coalition military environments. Forward Operating Base Kandahar occupied 12,000 acres of strategically positioned territory within Afghanistan's volatile Kandahar province. Its multinational coordination facilities and international communication centers representing the most sophisticated linguistic environment supporting coalition military operations through integrated translation systems and cultural liaison protocols that enabled coordination between forces speaking dozens of different languages and dialects. The installation served as the primary coordination hub for multilingual military operations, combining advanced translation technology, cultural liaison specialists, and international communication protocols that provided unprecedented operational coordination for coalition personnel operating in complex multilingual environments where effective communication determined mission success. Located within multiple security perimeters, the base had been constructed with specialized communication systems and linguistic isolation capabilities designed to prevent external interception of multilingual military communications that exceeded standard coalition operational capabilities. The base communication architecture incorporated decades of advancement in linguistic technology and international coordination methodology, including underground translation processing centers, multilingual security systems, and automated interpretation algorithms that could provide real-time translation for dozens of languages and dialects simultaneously without compromising operational security when coalition requirements demanded immediate multilingual coordination capabilities. Advanced processing systems analyzed linguistic data from hundreds of international personnel simultaneously, creating comprehensive cultural profiles that tracked individual language capabilities while distinguishing between authentic linguistic competence and potential security threats that could indicate enemy infiltration or communication compromise attempts. Private First Class Elena Vasquez ascended from the cultural liaison station carrying routine translation documentation and communication protocol modifications, her security clearance providing access to areas that few personnel were authorized to enter during standard international assignments. Though her current assignment to basic translation duties seemed inconsistent with the extensive linguistic evaluation and specialized cultural screening required for her clearance level and international background. The screening process for her current position had required 24 months of federal investigation that examined every aspect of her linguistic history and cultural competencies, though investigators had encountered classified files that remained sealed at classification levels exceeding their authorization to review or discuss with conventional coalition personnel. At 26 years old, she possessed specialized training from the Defense Language Institute's Advanced Linguistic Operations program. Having completed classified coursework in strategic interpretation, advanced cultural analysis, and experimental multilingual coordination before her assignment to conventional translation duties following mission requirements that demanded complete capability concealment and operational invisibility within routine coalition military environments. Her official service record listed standard translation specialization and conventional assignment history. Though these official designations concealed advanced linguistic expertise and operational experience that had been classified following mission requirements and strategic decisions that eliminated programs deemed too sophisticated for standard military documentation and public oversight. Her educational background included instruction at institutions whose existence was compartmentalized beyond standard military oversight, where defense contractors and linguistic scientists developed methodologies that pushed the boundaries of human language acquisition and cultural competency enhancement through advanced training protocols that exceeded conventional academic capabilities. The program she had completed involved theoretical cultural integration, advanced linguistic psychology, and experimental human-language interface systems that prepared personnel for operational scenarios that conventional military training could not address adequately or provide sufficient cultural preparation. Her instructors had included former ambassadors and international relations specialists whose experience encompassed decades of classified research into military applications of advanced linguistic capabilities and strategic cultural manipulation technologies. The decision to accept assignment to conventional translation duties rather than specialized linguistic operations had been influenced by operational requirements and mission parameters that demanded her advanced capabilities remain available for activation on operations that required her specific linguistic expertise and cultural knowledge, while maintaining complete operational invisibility within coalition environments. Her presence within routine international military units provided operational security and cultural oversight, while her advanced linguistic background remained available for deployment on systems that required her specialized capabilities and international experience. Colonel Hendricks supervised the morning coalition briefing with authority gained through 28 years of military service and conventional education in international military cooperation. His experience encompassing standard coalition coordination and operational management that maintained American leadership within multinational military environments through traditional command structures and established protocol systems. His background included command assignments throughout conventional international operations and liaison duties with allied organizations that coordinated standard multilingual military activities and basic cultural cooperation protocols. His Bronze Star Medal and multiple service awards reflected competent performance in tactical, command, and routine international coordination assignments that supported American interests within established coalition frameworks. The colonel's military career had followed conventional pathways from domestic operations to international coordination, including standard assignments with allied organizations and coalition commands that managed routine multilingual operations and basic cultural cooperation activities that remained within traditional military boundaries and conventional diplomatic frameworks. His progression from tactical domestic command to strategic international coordination had been driven by institutional requirements for experienced officers who could manage standard coalition activities and maintain American leadership within established international military structures. Around the coalition briefing table sat representatives from NATO forces, coalition partners, regional allies, and various international contractors, each contributing standard expertise to multilingual coordination and cultural cooperation procedures that maintained coalition unity against conventional enemy capabilities and standard operational challenges. The assembled group represented decades of collective experience in international military cooperation, cultural relations, and operational coordination that supported coalition effectiveness against traditional enemy forces and established operational methodologies. Major Sarah Mitchell, the International Coordination Officer responsible for coalition communication and multilingual protocol management, possessed 12 years of experience in standard international military systems and held security clearances that provided access to routine intelligence regarding allied capabilities and cultural cooperation methodologies that supported coalition operational effectiveness. Her operational background included conventional training in international relations, basic linguistic coordination, and standard cultural evaluation procedures that enabled management of routine coalition communication and coordination of appropriate diplomatic responses and protocol compliance. Major Mitchell's expertise encompassed conventional coordination between theoretical international relations and practical operational requirements, translating standard diplomatic protocols into functional coordination systems that maintained coalition unity while ensuring readiness for conventional threats that remained within established operational capabilities and diplomatic frameworks. Her role required routine evaluation of international reports, cultural assessments, and allied capability estimates to ensure adequate coalition preparations for standard international threats and established operational challenges. The coordination team under Mitchell's management represented conventionally selected personnel recruited from standard international contractors and military institutions, each bringing routine international knowledge to the basic challenge of maintaining coalition unity against established enemy capabilities while supporting standard operational advantages that preserved American leadership within conventional international frameworks. Their work followed established protocols, and their coordination decisions supported routine communication capabilities and standard response procedures that protected coalition interests and maintained operational effectiveness. Lieutenant Colonel David Chun, the Cultural Liaison Officer responsible for international communication and linguistic coordination management, possessed extensive experience in standard international operations and cultural cooperation that enabled management and coordination of routine multilingual communication through conventional monitoring networks and basic cultural analysis procedures that remained within standard military capabilities. His understanding of international technology encompassed conventional cultural cooperation systems and established linguistic technologies that operated within traditional boundaries of current international understanding and provided capabilities that met standard coalition equipment and procedural requirements. The cultural commander's background included conventional training in international relations, standard linguistic processing, and established coordination methodologies that enabled management of routine cultural cooperation and international communication that Allied forces employed through conventional screening systems and standard operational procedures. His responsibility for cultural coordination required routine technological maintenance and conventional strategic thinking that managed standard international cooperation while maintaining coordination effectiveness for established coalition threats and conventional cultural challenges. Colonel, overnight intelligence indicates routine enemy communication activities with standard linguistic capabilities that remain within our current threat assessment models and established operational parameters, Major Mitchell reported, her voice carrying professional precision that characterized standard international evaluation and conventional assessment procedures. Coalition intelligence sources indicate enemy utilization of conventional communication systems with basic linguistic capabilities that operate within our existing coordination protocols and standard cultural cooperation measures, with technical details available through routine intelligence channels and conventional assessment procedures. Her assessment reflected standard evolution of communication threats that characterized conventional operational coordination, where enemy forces utilized established linguistic technologies and conventional tactics designed to challenge basic coalition communication systems through standard vulnerabilities that could be addressed through routine operational adjustments and established response procedures. The intelligence indicated conventional advancement that required standard coordination measures and routine protocol updates to maintain operational effectiveness and cultural cooperation throughout coalition installations and international military facilities. The current threat assessment represented routine intelligence analysis that had identified standard patterns indicating conventional enemy research into basic communication systems and established cultural cooperation countermeasures that operated within normal coalition capabilities. Intelligence sources had reported routine development activities and standard testing programs that indicated conventional preparation for communication capabilities that remained within established coalition planning assumptions and standard operational parameters. We've maintained our cultural coordination sensitivity and implemented standard linguistic verification procedures designed to manage conventional communication activities and established cultural cooperation technologies that enemy forces employ through routine operational methods, Lieutenant Colonel Chen explained. His report reflecting systematic approach to cultural adaptation that balanced coordination capabilities with operational limitations of current international cooperation and established linguistic systems. Our current capabilities provide adequate protection against conventional enemy communication activities and standard cultural challenges, maintaining effectiveness through established international cooperation and routine cultural coordination throughout coalition facilities. His analysis addressed fundamental requirements for standard international coordination, where conventional advancement supported routine cultural cooperation, while enemy forces utilized established countermeasures that operated within existing coalition advantages and standard cultural frameworks. The balance between current capabilities and conventional threats required routine maintenance and standard planning that managed established cultural cooperation through conventional protocols and established international frameworks. The coordination measures implemented by Chen's cultural team represented standard international cooperation technology that incorporated conventional lessons learned from established international relations and routine cultural cooperation experience throughout coalition military operations. Standard cultural processing, routine international analysis, and conventional coordination systems provided capabilities that maintained coordination accuracy while supporting operational efficiency for established coalition operations and routine international management. While enemy forces continued utilizing conventional cultural cooperation technologies that operated within American international capabilities and established cultural cooperation measures. Lieutenant Colonel Chen, what specific capabilities do our current systems provide for managing the conventional cultural threats described in routine intelligence assessments and standard international reports? Colonel Hendricks inquired, his question reflecting command responsibility for understanding cultural limitations and ensuring adequate coordination for American international operations and coalition installations throughout conventional operational environments. The question addressed standard challenges facing international planners in conventional military cooperation, where routine advancement supported standard cultural coordination that operated within current international capabilities and required conventional decisions about resource allocation and cultural cooperation priorities that affected routine coalition personnel. The assessment of current capabilities versus conventional threats was standard procedure for determining coordination adequacy and planning requirements for established international cooperation and cultural coordination measures. Vasquez quietly moved through the briefing areas conducting routine translation duties, her movements deliberately professional and systematic to avoid attracting attention, while she processed the psychological impact of hearing international coordination discussions that connected her current assignment with conventional coalition programs that utilized standard linguistic technologies within established coalition capabilities and routine international cooperation protocols. Her specialized training enabled recognition of international discussions and cultural assessments that conventional personnel interpreted correctly through standard procedures and established understanding due to their routine international background and conventional operational experience. Her background in advanced linguistic research provided unique perspective on cultural limitations and international capabilities that informed her understanding of coordination assessments and international planning. Though her classified linguistic history remained known only to specialized personnel who recognized her, as exceptionally capable translation specialist with advanced international expertise and attention to detail that exceeded typical coalition personnel performance standards. Her specialized knowledge enabled recognition of systematic advantages that conventional coordination procedures utilized effectively, providing insights that enhanced overall international effectiveness and cultural cooperation throughout coalition installations. The translation activities that Vasquez conducted served primary purposes of routine international coordination, allowing her to support cultural systems and maintain established coordination through conventional recognition techniques learned during standard coalition programs and basic cultural analysis training. Her specialized knowledge enabled recognition of coordination advantages that conventional international procedures utilized effectively, providing support that enhanced overall international effectiveness and cultural coordination measures throughout the installation. The briefing facility represented months of construction and engineering designed to provide standard international monitoring and conventional cultural coordination while protecting personnel from routine electromagnetic effects and standard enemy coordination attempts that operated within established operational parameters. Conventional shielding, standard communication systems, and routine international equipment created coordination advantages that maintained cultural effectiveness under normal operational conditions and conventional coordination attempts that remained within established threat assessment parameters. The engineering specifications that guided facility construction incorporated conventional lessons learned from established conflicts and routine advances in international architecture developed by coalition engineers and cultural specialists throughout standard international cooperation programs. Each system component had been carefully designed to provide standard monitoring capabilities and conventional operational flexibility that supported established international coordination while maintaining efficiency for routine operations and standard emergency response procedures that protected American international cooperation and coordination effectiveness. Private Vasquez continues standard translation procedures, but remain alert for any routine cultural behavior or conventional operational activities that might indicate standard coordination requirements or established international protocols, Lieutenant Colonel Chen instructed. His guidance reflecting conventional security protocols while acknowledging linguistic background that Vasquez brought to cultural evaluation and facility coordination activities throughout her standard assignment. His instructions contained routine recognition of Vasquez's linguistic expertise and analytical capabilities that exceeded standard translation training, though the acknowledgement remained appropriate for language that preserved operational security regarding her advanced background and specialized knowledge that other personnel were authorized to access through conventional procedures. The guidance reflected institutional awareness that her capabilities supported her current assignment while maintaining established operational security protocols. The international briefing continued for 35 minutes, with various specialists contributing cultural assessments and international recommendations based on current intelligence and coordination analysis throughout coalition military operations. The assembled group represented standard coalition expertise available for international cooperation and cultural planning, with conventional backgrounds that supported understanding of established technologies and international capabilities that existed within standard programs and routine coalition development. The complexity of standard international coordination in conventional military cooperation required synthesis of intelligence from multiple sources, including cultural monitoring, international intelligence, coordination analysis, and routine modeling that enabled management of conventional enemy international capabilities before they exceeded established threats against American cultural cooperation and international coordination. The analytical precision required for effective international planning operated within capabilities of coalition specialists and supported collaborative effort from experts with established international backgrounds and standard security clearances throughout coalition international organizations. Vasquez positioned herself near the cultural monitoring equipment while maintaining routine translation duties that provided support for observing international discussions and coordination considerations that indicated standard cultural coordination and established international limitations throughout the facility. Her advanced linguistic background enabled recognition of coordination capabilities and international parameters that conventional personnel interpreted correctly through established procedures due to their standard exposure to routine international methodologies. The coordination activities that Vasquez conducted automatically incorporated standard analytical techniques learned during conventional coalition programs that emphasized international innovation and established strategic thinking within routine military planning and cultural coordination. Her ability to evaluate cultural systems enabled identification of established improvements and conventional advantages that standard international thinking utilized effectively, providing valuable support for international cooperation enhancement. The briefing discussion became critical approximately 45 minutes into the coordination session, when Colonel Hendricks addressed routine coalition communication challenges while reviewing standard cultural reports that contained international information within established security clearance levels, providing opportunity for all personnel to contribute to coordination understanding and international priorities through conventional assessment procedures. His discussion of coalition coordination represented routine international activity while creating opportunity for cultural evaluation that enhanced understanding of current international priorities and coordination requirements. The coordination discussions reflected standard international participation and cultural development that connected coalition personnel to programs that maintained conventional security protocols, operations where assignments supported mission requirements through specialized knowledge that enabled completion of international objectives while colleagues continued established coalition assignments. The discussion content indicated standard international advancement that suggested routine coordination evolution and conventional situations that supported established international programs and routine cultural capabilities. During the discussion of multinational communication protocols, Colonel Hendricks noticed Vasquez's hesitant pronunciation during mandatory response procedures, her slight accent creating what he perceived as unprofessional communication that reflected inadequate language preparation for international military operations. His institutional prejudice against non-native English speakers combined with traditional military expectations for linguistic uniformity to create a moment of public criticism that would reveal capabilities far exceeding his comprehension of advanced linguistic training and international expertise. Private Vasquez, your broken English is barely comprehensible, Colonel Hendricks announced with institutional authority that reflected decades of conventional military leadership and traditional expectations for linguistic conformity within American-led coalition operations. How do you expect to contribute to international coordination when you can't even properly pronounce basic military terminology? This is exactly the kind of substandard communication that compromises operational effectiveness and undermines American leadership in coalition environments. His public criticism echoed through the briefing facility with the dismissive confidence that characterized officers who confused linguistic accent with intellectual capability, creating a moment of institutional humiliation that would trigger demonstration of abilities that had been strategically concealed for operational security purposes. The commentary reflected traditional military attitudes toward linguistic diversity while establishing conditions that would reveal exceptional capabilities through direct operational challenge. But 30 seconds later, when the coalition communication system crackled with urgent reports of coordinated enemy activity across 7 different operational sectors requiring immediate multilingual coordination with allied forces speaking different languages, Vasquez approached the communication station with movements that transformed from hesitant compliance to decisive professional competence that characterized personnel with advanced training and specialized expertise. Her transition to the communication equipment represented calculated response to operational emergency that demanded immediate deployment of capabilities that had been concealed under routine assignment and conventional operational security protocols. The crisis situation justified revelation of linguistic abilities that exceeded standard coalition capabilities while maintaining operational security regarding the full extent of her specialized training and international background. Allied Station Charlie 7. This is Coalition Command. Vasquez began in flawless English with precise military diction that eliminated every trace of her earlier hesitation, her voice carrying professional authority that commanded immediate attention from international personnel throughout the communication network. We have confirmed enemy contact across multiple sectors requiring coordinated response from all coalition elements. implementing Protocol 7 for multinational coordination with immediate effect. Her English communication demonstrated complete linguistic transformation that revealed advanced training in professional military communication while establishing her authority to coordinate complex international operations. The precision of her terminology and clarity of her operational directions indicated specialized education that exceeded standard military language training and suggested advanced institutional preparation for international leadership roles. Without pausing for approval or acknowledgement from the stunned briefing room, Vasquez seamlessly transitioned to coordinating with British forces. British command. This is coalition coordination. Enemy forces have initiated coordinated attacks against sectors 2 through 5. Require immediate deployment of your rapid response units to grid references 77 Alpha through 79 Charlie. Confirm receipt and estimated deployment time for tactical coordination. Her British English carried perfect accent and military terminology that indicated advanced cultural training and sophisticated understanding of British military communication protocols. The fluency demonstrated capabilities that exceeded routine translation duties and suggested specialized preparation for international coordination roles that required complete cultural competency and linguistic expertise. Continuing without hesitation, she addressed German coalition forces with native-level fluency. Deutsches Kommando, hier spricht Coalition Coordination. Feindlich Kraft haben koordiniert Angriff in mehreren Sektoren eingeleitet. Benötigen sofortigen Einsatz ihrer Panzereinheiten zu den Gitterbesetzungspunkten Act 2 Delta bis Act 4 Foxtrot. Bestätigen Sie Empfang und Gestschätzt Einsatzzeit für taktische Coordination. Her German communication demonstrated complete mastery of military terminology and cultural communication patterns that indicated advanced linguistic education and specialized training in German military cooperation protocols. The sophistication of her tactical vocabulary and proper usage of formal military address suggested institutional preparation that exceeded standard language acquisition and indicated specialized international training programs. Transitioning immediately to French coordination, her communication maintained the same professional precision. Commandement Français, ICI Coordination Coalition. Les forces ennemies ont unité d'attaques coordonnées dans plusieurs secteurs. Nous avons besoin du deployment immédiat de vos unités d'intervention rapide AUX references de grille 9 en 9 Golf. Confirm as la réception et le temps de deployment estimé pour la coordination tactique. Her French maintained perfect military formality and advanced tactical vocabulary that demonstrated comprehensive understanding of French military communication culture and sophisticated preparation for international cooperation. The precision of her grammatical construction and appropriate usage of formal military terminology indicated educational background that exceeded conventional language training and suggested specialized international preparation. Without missing a beat, she continued with Italian forces, Commando Italiano, che parla coordinazione coalizione. Le forze nemiche hanno iniziato attacchi coordinati in più settori. Richiedono il dispiegamento immediato del vostra unità di risposta rapida ai riferimenti della griglia di 4 hotel attraverso di India. Confermare la recisione il tempo di dispiegamento stimato per il coordinamento tattico. Her Italian communication demonstrated native-level fluency with advanced military terminology that indicated comprehensive cultural education and sophisticated understanding of Italian military cooperation protocols. The natural flow of her tactical communication and proper usage of formal military address suggested specialized training that exceeded standard language acquisition capabilities. Continuing with Polish coordination. Polski dowództwo, tutaj moi koordynacje koalicji. Cili przyzimnika rozpoczęli skoordynowane ataki w wielu sektorach. Wymagaja nadik miastowego rozmieszczenia wazak jednostek, szybkiego reagowania, du odniesień siaki, 11 Juliet przez 11 kilo. Potwierdzik odbiór I sakowani zazwodrożenia dla koordynacje taktycznych. Her Polish maintained perfect military formality and advanced operational vocabulary that demonstrated comprehensive preparation for Eastern European military cooperation and sophisticated understanding of Polish coalition communication requirements. The precision of her tactical terminology and appropriate usage of formal military communication indicated specialized education in Slavic language military applications. Finally, she addressed Afghan forces in fluent Pashto. Grid reference Lima Mike. Her Pashto demonstrated not only linguistic fluency, but cultural understanding of Afghan military communication protocols and appropriate formal address that indicated extensive cultural preparation and sophisticated understanding of local operational requirements. The complexity of her tactical vocabulary in a challenging language suggested exceptional linguistic capabilities and specialized training that exceeded standard military language preparation. The briefing room fell into complete silence as assembled officers processed the demonstration of linguistic capabilities that exceeded their comprehension of human language acquisition and suggested institutional preparation that remained classified above their security clearance levels. Colonel Hendricks stood frozen as his assumptions about linguistic competency collapsed under the weight of operational reality that revealed capabilities far beyond his institutional experience. Major Mitchell approached Vasquez with professional recognition that reflected institutional appreciation for exceptional capabilities. Private Vasquez, your linguistic coordination has successfully initiated multinational response to current operational emergency. Can you provide tactical assessment of enemy coordination patterns based on current intelligence and cultural analysis of their operational methodology? Her question demonstrated institutional recognition that Vasquez's capabilities extended far beyond routine translation duties and indicated potential for expanded responsibilities within international coordination and cultural analysis activities throughout coalition operations. The precision of her multinational communication suggested qualifications that exceeded standard military language training and indicated specialized preparation for international leadership roles. Ma'am, enemy coordination patterns indicate sophisticated understanding of coalition communication protocols and cultural separation that suggests advanced intelligence gathering and operational preparation. Vasquez responded in perfect English while maintaining simultaneous monitoring of 7 different communication channels through advanced linguistic processing that demonstrated exceptional cognitive capabilities. Their tactical methodology utilizes cultural assumptions and linguistic barriers to create operational confusion and delay coordinated coalition response through psychological warfare that targets international cooperation weaknesses. Her tactical analysis provided comprehensive assessment that demonstrated strategic thinking capabilities and cultural understanding that exceeded routine intelligence evaluation while revealing analytical competencies that suggested advanced military education and specialized training in international warfare psychology. The sophistication of her cultural analysis indicated preparation that exceeded standard military intelligence training and suggested institutional background in advanced international operations. The assembled officers recognized that Vasquez's demonstrated capabilities represented valuable assets that could transform coalition coordination effectiveness and cultural cooperation throughout international military operations. Her linguistic expertise and cultural analysis provided capabilities that enhanced operational coordination while revealing institutional talent that had been strategically concealed under routine assignment and operational security protocols. Private Vasquez, your linguistic capabilities and cultural analysis exceed expectations for standard translation duties, Colonel Hendricks admitted, his recognition representing institutional acknowledgement that his earlier criticism had been based on prejudicial assumptions rather than accurate assessment of professional capabilities. Can you explain your educational background and preparation for advanced international coordination responsibilities that would justify expanded assignment within coalition operations? His question reflected institutional curiosity about her exceptional performance, while acknowledging that demonstrated capabilities suggested qualifications that exceeded routine military language training and indicated potential for enhanced responsibilities within international coordination and cultural analysis activities throughout coalition operations and advanced military programs. Sir, I completed advanced linguistic training through the Defense Language Institute's experimental multilingual operations program before assignment to routine translation duties, Vasquez explained carefully. providing information that contextualized her exceptional performance while maintaining operational security regarding classified educational programs and specialized training that exceeded standard military language acquisition. My preparation included advanced cultural analysis, international coordination psychology, and experimental human-language interface systems that prepare personnel for complex multilingual operational scenarios. Her explanation provided sufficient context for her exceptional capabilities while maintaining appropriate operational security regarding classified training programs and advanced linguistic technologies that informed her international coordination and cultural analysis methodologies. The Acknowledgement of Defense Language Institute background explained her exceptional performance while preserving security regarding specific programs and linguistic developments that exceeded standard institutional parameters. The revelation of Vasquez's advanced linguistic training provided explanation for her exceptional international coordination capabilities while raising institutional appreciation for specialized educational programs that prepared personnel for complex multilingual operations that exceeded standard military language requirements. Her presence within routine translation duties suggested strategic assignment decisions that maintained access to exceptional capabilities while providing operational security for advanced linguistic programs. Colonel Hendricks made immediate command decision that reflected institutional recognition of exceptional capabilities and operational requirements that demanded specialized linguistic expertise and cultural analysis competencies. Private Vasquez, you are immediately reassigned to Senior Cultural Analyst with expanded international coordination responsibilities. Major Mitchell, integrate Vasquez into advanced coordination operations with appropriate security clearances and expanded authority for multinational communication and cultural analysis. The reassignment represented institutional acknowledgement that Vasquez's exceptional capabilities were critical for enhanced coalition coordination effectiveness and cultural cooperation that supported international military operations and advanced coordination requirements. Her demonstrated competence in multilingual operations aligned with institutional needs that demanded sophisticated analytical capabilities and advanced cultural expertise throughout coalition installations and international military programs. The immediate nature of her reassignment reflected military efficiency in recognizing and utilizing exceptional talent when operational situations revealed capabilities that exceeded institutional expectations and strategic requirements. Colonel Hendricks's decision demonstrated leadership flexibility that supported rapid adaptation to discovered capabilities and institutional recognition of exceptional talent within existing personnel resources. Major Mitchell provided Vasquez with advanced coordination equipment that reflected institutional recognition of her exceptional background and cultural analysis capabilities. Welcome to Advanced International Coordination, Private Vasquez. Your multilingual expertise and cultural analysis represents exactly the capabilities we require for enhanced coalition operations and international cooperation throughout our multinational military environment. Her welcome represented beginning of professional relationships based on demonstrated exceptional capability rather than rank or institutional assumptions about linguistic competency within military organizations. The recognition of Vasquez's advanced linguistic background promised opportunities to contribute meaningfully to critical international operations that enhanced coalition effectiveness and maintained cultural cooperation throughout multinational military installations. The professional recognition implicit in Mitchell's welcome reflected fundamental transformation in institutional appreciation for linguistic diversity and cultural competency within military organizations. Vasquez's progression from routine translation duties to advanced international coordination demonstrated potential for exceptional talent to transform institutional capabilities when operational situations revealed specialized competencies and strategic requirements. The international coordination that Vasquez implemented resulted in successful coalition response to enemy operations and provided enhanced cultural cooperation that improved long-term operational effectiveness throughout multinational installations. Her linguistic analysis enabled appropriate tactical coordination and cultural assessment that enhanced strategic success while maintaining operational security for advanced linguistic programs and international cooperation methodologies. Her contributions included coordinating international operations, implementing cultural analysis protocols, and providing tactical assessment that enabled successful coalition operations under complex multilingual conditions and challenging cultural environments. Each contribution demonstrated value of advanced linguistic research applied to practical international situations that enhanced operational effectiveness and cultural cooperation throughout coalition installations. The linguistic coordination protocols that Vasquez developed became standard reference for advanced international operations throughout coalition installations, demonstrating importance of maintaining institutional expertise in multilingual capabilities and recognizing personnel with exceptional linguistic backgrounds regardless of initial assignment or apparent qualifications. 10 months after her linguistic demonstration, Private First Class Vasquez received promotion and assignment as Senior International Analyst covering multiple coalition installations and advanced multilingual operations. Her advancement reflected institutional recognition that exceptional linguistic capabilities and cultural expertise required appropriate recognition and opportunities for expanded responsibility throughout international military operations. Her progression from routine translation to advanced international coordination demonstrated military capacity for recognizing exceptional talent when circumstances revealed capabilities that exceeded institutional expectations and strategic requirements demanded specialized expertise. The transformation reflected institutional learning about importance of recognizing linguistic diversity and cultural competency within military personnel regardless of accent or initial assignment. Today, Specialist Vasquez leads the Advanced Multilingual Coordination Division, overseeing international operations and cultural analysis that supports coalition installations throughout multiple theaters of operation. Her team of linguistic specialists continues advancing international coordination capabilities and cultural cooperation methodologies that enhance coalition effectiveness against sophisticated enemy cultural warfare and communication challenges. Her leadership represents culmination of career that experienced initial prejudice and evolved into directing critical international operations that support the most sensitive multilingual coordination missions throughout coalition military installations. The trajectory demonstrated how exceptional linguistic talent and cultural expertise could transform both individual careers and institutional capabilities for advanced international cooperation throughout multinational military operations. The organization she directs has become model for integrating advanced linguistic expertise with operational international requirements, attracting exceptional talent from linguistic institutions and cultural analysis programs throughout military organizations. Her success has inspired recognition programs throughout coalition commands that seek to identify and utilize personnel with exceptional multilingual capabilities and advanced cultural expertise. The private they had mocked for her accent had become the analytical foundation for advanced coalition operations, demonstrating that exceptional linguistic capabilities often exist within personnel whose specialized backgrounds remain hidden by prejudicial assumptions and institutional bias. Sometimes the most critical capabilities come from individuals whose advanced linguistic knowledge transcends cultural barriers through dedicated service, and institutional effectiveness depends on recognizing exceptional talent regardless of accent, background, or initial assignment throughout military organizations.